Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very excited to share with you my most recent painting. I'm currently calling it Refract. I hope that sticks. I'm not sure. If you have any other great ideas for what to call it, please let me know. Before we get started, I want to finally announce that our website has launched. And in honor of the launch, I am running a promo code for 20% off that will run till Friday, October 13th. Use code EQUINOX to receive an additional 20% off of everything in my shop, which includes prints and originals. You can go to www.whitneypageart.com to use the code. Also hosting a giveaway on my Instagram of a framed print of my recent painting, Squelch. To enter for a chance to win the framed print, go to my Instagram @WhitneyPageArt, like the image, comment, and follow for a chance to win the professionally framed print of Squelch. And as always, don't forget to check out my Patreon for exclusive access to my current projects, insights into my process, in-depth tutorials, and much more. So in this video, I wanted to try a bit of a different format where I talk about a subject. And for this one, I want the subject to be addressing self-doubt as an artist and maybe 5 tips on how to overcome it and what I do, because I've been building up my artist network and reaching out to other artists that are like me, and this is definitely a common theme amongst artists, where you experience this crazy anxiety and have all this doubt about whether you're really even good, and you know, nobody really likes it, and you're not improving, and just go into this like crazy spiral. And this is just something that is something almost every artist I've talked to feels at some point or another. And it doesn't matter how good you are, it's just part of the process of growth and being an artist, and that having a critical eye, because as an artist you have to have a critical eye. Sometimes you turn that eye on yourself and it ends up causing more anxiety, and a lot of times we just stop or shut down, and that's not something that we want to do. You know, there's got to be tips or tools that we have in our arsenal as artists to overcome that kind of self-doubt and that block that we've got, and to just kind of push through it till it goes away and you're back to your happy artist space again. So my first tip is really the most important one, because even to this day I do this and I have to remind myself, is don't compare yourself to others. Don't get on the people that you idolize. Don't get on their Instagram page and then look at all their likes, look at all their followers, look at all the comments. Don't do that. That is a recipe for depression. And that goes with anything. Like, if this isn't just for art, this is also for anything. If you're, you know, looking at someone else's Facebook page and it looks like they're having, you know, the greatest life ever, and they're married and have a wonderful job and just bought a house, and like it looks like they're doing so well, you don't know what's really going on with that person, but doing that to yourself is going to make you depressed, because everyone's life looks great from a distance. And so that's a really important one, that if you catch yourself comparing yourself to other artists, stop. Everyone's path is different, everyone's got a different journey, and if you continue to do that and you make that a habit, it's just a recipe for depression, and you're gonna bring it on. So don't do it. And this is one that is really important for me as of late, as I keep pushing through my career here. Don't expect everyone to be excited about your work. It's not gonna happen. Your work isn't going to speak to everyone. For me, like, if you know, I have a group of friends that I'm constantly sharing my stuff with, and at this point they're probably just burnt out by it, and you know, maybe art's not their thing. Like, I share my work with my boyfriend who's not an artist, and sometimes he's just like, you know, I make stuff all the time, so it's not his thing, you know, and it's okay that it's not his thing. So you can't expect everyone to be super excited about your work all the time the way you are. You know, and it's important to keep in mind that you've got to be your own biggest cheerleader. You're making art for yourself, and when you start making it for other people and their reactions, and if that's your goal, then you're going to be unhappy, because you're constantly going to be trying to please them rather than doing the stuff that speaks to you as an artist. So it's important that you are your biggest cheerleader. And another trick for me is to, if you're feeling like you suck, which totally happens, go back to your old work. Like, pull something out from a few years ago and look at it, and look at the amazing difference of progress that you've made. This works for me all the time. I go back and look at stuff I did last year, and I just go, okay, you know, maybe I'm feeling really crappy about it right now, but it is so much better than it was last year. I've learned so much more, and I have so many more tools at my disposal to make the kind of art I want to make. And another thing is, if you're stuck with something and it's not working, work on something else. Don't sit there and beat yourself up trying to get this one thing right. That is not going to make you happy, and you're just going to stress yourself out, and sometimes painting stress is the worst thing you can do. So work on something else, or sleep on it and come back to it the next day. And then most important one that I think is hard for some of us, because art is our outlet, right? We use art to get rid of our stresses, but when our outlet is what's stressing us out, it's really important to have another outlet. So for me, I swim, or I do Aikido or yoga, but having another outlet as a stress relief when your art is being that stress, when your current outlet is the one that's really messing you up, then yeah, it's important to have a backup outlet. And exercise is just good in general for releasing endorphins and making you happy. So when things just aren't working out for you and you're just not feeling super, then go out and do something else. Have another outlet for stress relief. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about my new format, and like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my giveaway on Instagram. Love you. Bye.